be it having sex, be it having kids, be it making love, we need to protect ourselves. We need to be very careful, especially to those of us who wouldn't like or wouldn't love to have kids at this particular time. We need to protect ourselves. And today, this is what we are discussing. We are talking about sex and contraceptives, having safe sex, what we need to do, the things that we need to get for ourselves, who to speak to at a particular time, and getting the right people to help us make the right choices is also a factor that needs not to be slipped away, or that needs not to be thrown outside the box. Today on Reigns of Love, we'll discuss this. We'll also open the phone lines for you to give us what you think or give your take on that. Tell us how you feel about it. And of course, life goes on. To help me do this is a rep from the PPAG, that's the Planned Parenthood Association of Ghana. She's in the person of Antoinette Darocha. She's going to tell us a lot about sex and contraceptives. Someone asked me today, if you are done having sex today and you realize that you're having itches around your penis, what does it mean? What should you do? So we'll do all to answer that. That will be my very first question before we even delve straight into the topic for today. I mean, it's one of them, but would use that as a stepping stone, and then we'll see how it goes by. Enjoy this music. After this break, we'll come back to you again.
We are one man short. Should we invite him?
Yeah.
It be old cargo.
Can I join you guys?
Yeah.
Always drink fresh, natural eggs, mineral water.
You still got it.
Always keep hydrated naturally. That's my secret.
Manufactured with the primary aim of preserving nature's finest minerals necessary for a healthy mind and body. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
Thanks so much for joining us. Don't forget to go on to Facebook, type Adoatv Ghana, and you can get to watch the video as well. Don't forget to share so that the rest of your friends or your family members would also have a glimpse of what is happening and get some little education as well. My name is Nafa Likwaku. This is Reigns of Love. Don't forget to also send us your comments, your contributions, and your suggestions. So I'm going to ask straight. What happens after sex? Why do people feel itchy after sex?
So after sex, you've exchanged fluids, both the vaginal fluid and then the semen or
Okay.
the seminal fluid, as we normally call it. And so it is really important that after the sexual intercourse, you wash down both the
Okay.
male and the
How
female.
long should you take before washing down?
Oh, normally after 3 to 5 minutes after you've had your sexual intercourse, because it's not good for you to just wake up right after the sexual intercourse and go and
Okay.
wash. It makes the man feel as if you don't love him or you didn't enjoy the sex.
Sex. Yeah.
Yes. And so you are supposed to wait for a little while before you go wash down and then you come and continue. You can just be lying down and having some little foreplay, not necessarily penetration. Yeah, again. So it's really important because it helps. You might not know if the person has a discharge or even have an infection. You might not know, but at least with a little personal hygiene, it could help. Yes, it could also be an infection, but you need to check all the same because you are not supposed to have those itches. But normally, when it keeps long, like 8 to 9 hours, it dries up, and so you feel that itchy because the fluids are different and so you get those itches around. So you just need to make sure you wash down and you are good to go. Yeah.
Does it always necessarily mean that the person has any of the STIs?
It could be. It
Okay.
could be because
So which one in particular causes the itching?
with the STIs, most of them causes the candida even causes itchy. The gonorrhea sometimes causes itchy. So most of them they behave similarly. Yeah. So you can't really tell that because it's itchy, it's then dolly do it is gonorrhea or dolly do it is candida. But normally when you run the test, you'll be able to ascertain which one it is. So I wouldn't sit here and say, but those two can give you itches. But you just need to go and check to be sure that which one do you have, and then based on that, you are treated. Yeah.
Does it always have to do with, having multiple sex partners that causes that symptom?
Yes, that one is part of it. If you have multiple sexual partners, you could experience those itches or those discharge. Even if you are not having sex, you would experience discharge and some sense or smell, which is not pleasant. And so it is important that you always check yourself. And one thing I always encourage women is that because of how God has created our vagina, it is always really important for women to always do regular checks of their cervix, of their vaginal, just to check whether you have foul smells, you have any uncalled for, some itches, some sores around the vagina, some pains. You should be able to examine yourself to know yourself, and then based on that, you can seek help quickly. And most of the time, women, most of the time, when have infections, are able to determine it quickly than men because of how God has made us and because ours has to do with a whole. And so they rather deposit into us whilst they don't really collect it. We the women collect. If it's a semen, we collect it. If it is any STIs, we collect and accept it. So it is always better and important that as a woman you do regular checks of your body. You can do it yourself. You can check yourself personally. You should know yourself when you've not had sex. When you're on a normal day, you should be able to tell how safe your vagina is. When you notice any changes, you should be able to know that. And so it is important to be examining yourself as a woman from your head to your toe. Just like how we always brush our teeth to see whether our teeth is clean, it's not clean, or our hair is going well, it's not going well. I have to do a makeup. So you have to also examine your reproductive system. It is really, really important. But it's unfortunate most women become scared and don't even want to touch their vagina. Some don't even know how the vagina looks like. Neither do they know how it feels like. Some haven't even experienced orgasm before to even know how orgasm feels or yes. And
But how
so
do you check if you have any of the STIs? You indicated that women can do that.
yes. So yes, the women's our vagina have a natural lubricant already, which God has already made, which gives that smell. But sometimes we we try to put in foreign materials.
Okay.
Some people will say, I want the vagina to be tight. Some will also say, probably, I want the vagina to be very, have some sense. Some would use all sorts of things into the vagina just to make sure they get that flavor. Some, yes, some would do a chocolate flavor. Some would do strawberry, a whole lot of things. In fact, and because of social media too, we look at a lot of things and then we try to insert it into the vagina, which can also lead to some of these infections, because the vagina has already been created to have that lubrication already, which is natural. Yes, and it's able to clean itself. So, and ordinary water, you are good to, yes, you are good to go. You wash down, it will keep the place neat, safe, and then you get your natural HP for the vagina. But most of the time, because we take all these foreign materials into our vagina, it also increases our cost of getting some of these infections that we will not know. And then most of us also use public toilets, which we can eventually pick some of the infections from that place. Because if someone is infected, comes to use the, let's say it's a WC, doesn't flush the toilet, you just go and sit on it because you're also in a rush. Probably you've kept the urine on you for a longer time, you just want to get it out, and so you sit on it, and probably the person have any of those infections. You might pick it up without knowing, and based on that you might also have such infections. But if you are the type who always check yourself, you have some small tissue with you, you have a small towel in your bag whenever you visit the washroom, you wash your vagina, or you get a towel, soak it, use it to wipe yourself, and then you are good to go. Keep it nicely somewhere in your bag. It always makes you clean and safe. And so
is it okay if we use the wet wipes or something?
With the wipes, it's not really advisable because you don't know what's in what they use in making them. Yes, and so I always don't advise you having wipes. I rather prefer having a towel, a small towel in your bag. Probably you have a smaller bag that you keep, just like how we keep our makeup in our bag.
A makeup bag in your handbag.
Thank you. So you should have a towel bag where the towel is a means of you using it to wash yourself. I would say our Muslim sisters does very well when it comes to that, because anytime they go
urinate
and then they wash with water. So they are always neat, even though they sometimes experience some of these STI, but it's not rampant and common with them because of the way they try to be hygienic when it comes to washing themselves with water. And so we can also do same, and it helps a lot. Using a towel, wet it, just use it to wipe yourself after urine. You become very clean and you are safe to go. Yeah.
Now, in having sex, you made mention of the fact that we need to have foreplay.
Yeah.
If the lady is not wet and then you try to penetrate, there's some sort of friction.
Yeah.
Between the two of you.
Yeah.
Can that also cause itchiness?
It wouldn't cause itchiness, but it will cause some tears on the lips of the vagina. So it will.
But not the penis.
Not the penis. On the tip of the vagina, and so she will feel some pains. And imagine you having unprotected sex. If the male have any infection at all, any of the STIs at all, then it means that you can easily get it. Let's take even HIV. In case the male has an HIV virus, you've gotten it. You've gotten it. And so it is really important that when a male wants to penetrate a woman, he has to make sure that the woman is wet before he's able to penetrate. And sometimes the male partners rush. You have to just exercise patience. The thing is for you. So why do you
Nobody's
rush?
taking it away.
Yes. Why do you rush? You should just have time to enjoy your wife or your girlfriend and let her also feel like a woman. Unless you tell me that probably you are sharing the room with someone, and so it's time bound, and so you have to watch the time you would have sex with her before someone barges into you to come and see what is happening. But if not, and you have your own room, I advise that you take things slow and then go on with her in a slow space. You don't need to rush it. Sex is not rush. Sex is not let me finish in 2 seconds, that shows that I am a man. No. Or let me last long, like 3 hours, that shows that I'm a man. No, it doesn't work that way.
I think we would have to come back to those the number of minutes that one should have sex, especially we all know, or we all have heard that the first round of sex is a quick one, so you tend out to discharge early.
Yeah.
The second one should take a little
Little
more
more
time.
time,
Then the
yeah.
third one will take a longer
Longer
time.
time, yeah.
So we are going to get back to that.
Okay.
But before we do, we know that a condom has this fluid in it. Can a change of condom or using two different brands of condom in any way cause itchiness? Like you've
Oh,
used, I don't want to mention brands, but you use this brand
yeah,
now.
okay.
I mean, in the same, around the same period of sex.
Oh no, it doesn't
Okay.
at all, because as I said, they are all made of lubricants and then polythene, and so the
So what
only
if the person's
difference,
skin is reacting badly to it?
if it's reacting badly, then you don't have to use it. Even though some say that they react to rubber, but I'm yet to see someone reacting to rubber and how it looks like, because I feel it is just a fallacy for them to have unprotected sex with some of the girls. So they tell them that I'm allergic to rubber, because there is
Yeah.
nobody allergic to rubber. And the way it is made, and then the lubricants that they use are not harmful lubricants. They are water-based and oil-based lubricants that they use just to aid penetration and also to help your partner also have reach orgasm, especially with the female condom. Yes, so that is why they use the lubricants. And then some, yes, have flavors, because we human beings want flavors. Just like how I mentioned that some people use things into the vagina just to have flavors, and so they decided to add flavors to it because they felt that the ordinary ones, just the oil, doesn't make them move. So some brands have flavors. They all even have other things, vibrators and stuff, just to make the sexual intercourse enjoyable. But for me, I always say that it doesn't matter if you are in condom or not. If you know how to play the game, you'll be
know how
able
to do
to enjoy it. Yeah.
But does condom, I mean the fluid around the condom or in and out of the condom, does it contain any form of aphrodisiac
No,
that fuels?
no,
Are there condoms like that?
not that I know of.
Okay.
Not that I know of. So in my throughout my stay or my study with condoms, and how I've been able to use them and then also educate people on condoms, I don't think I have ever come across anyone with an aphrodisiac. Just that some people would like to take the aphrodisiac before they have sex with their partners, with the intention that they cannot last long, or they are not able to go on a long journey. Or some would say there are some people who last for like 2 minutes, and so they feel that
So
no,
they
I have
want
to, yeah, I have to show the lady that I am the man, and so I have to take some aphrodisiacs to help me out.
Interesting. Now the PPAG, what are some of the things that you talk to people concerning sex, concerning safe sex?
Okay, so at PPAG, we do a lot of education, both about the condoms and then also the contraceptives. And as we all know, with the contraceptives, they are all not 100%. And most of them, too, when you are on it, wouldn't protect you from the STIs, like the pills, the injectables, the IUDs, and the others. Because at the end of the day, you still need to use a condom to protect you from the STIs. And so most of the time we like promoting the STI and the condoms, because those are the ones you can easily get over the counter anywhere at all. Even in the grocery shops, you get it. In supermarkets, you even get condoms. It's just all over, unless you don't
Popular.
want, yes, unless you don't want to have it. And so we normally want people to feel comfortable, feel free, just walk in and get condoms, because at first there were even dispensers where you can just put in a coin and then you get a condom. We were hoping that we'll even get those dispensers everywhere, even in toilets and pubs, everywhere, so that it makes it readily accessible to all. So that
So you don't
anybody,
need to go to
a pharmacy
place
to go and
then
buy. Once you have
feel
your
shy and
coin,
all that.
yes, for the person to look at you in a certain manner or in a certain way, just because you mentioned
But I mean, we
condom.
should be glad that people are rather using condoms because it gets to prevent a lot of the STIs rather than we using or finding foul means of getting to have sex.
That is it. That is really, really true. And so with the condoms, it's available everywhere. I always say that it is one of the cheapest commodities you can find in the market. unless you are the type who wants a flavored type or a particular brand. If not, if you have your 50 pesos, you can get 3 strips for 50
Wow.
pesos, which is very, very cheap.
Interesting. So it means that I'm going to get this particular
3
one, like
strips.
one more in
Yes,
addition.
yes,
So that's the 50%.
yes,
Ooh.
yes.
Okay.
And then you are good to go. You are really, really good to
How
go.
about the female condom?
With a female condom, it's even 20 pesos.
Okay.
Yes. So the female condom is 20 pesos.
So it's a bit expensive.
Yes, let's say it's a bit expensive. And now even there, it's not in the market because
What's the
a
reason?
lot of people were rather using it for accessories. What they do is that they take out the inner ring.
Okay.
With a female condom, it has an inner ring.
Okay.
So people rather take out the inner ring and use it as accessories. Some use it for their kaba, some use it for their bangles, some use it, and so
People are funny.
and so it makes it so unbearable, and you try to ask yourself why. The thing is not, it's for you to protect yourself. It's for the woman to also feel empowered that yes, the male have their own, we also have our own. Yes. And even with the female condom, it's very satisfying when you are using it because it aids in orgasm.
This one?
Yes.
Is there something in it that we are missing out?
Just the lubricant, but it helps the woman reach orgasm. That most people don't know. So what happens is that you wear the female condom 5 or 10 minutes before your sexual intercourse.
So can you tell us how to wear it?
So I can really show you how to wear it. Okay, so I'll take a new one so that viewers will know how it is done. Yeah. So with a female condom, just like the male condom, has an expiring date. And before you wear a condom, you need to wash your hands to make sure your hands are clean. And you don't tear the condoms with your teeth or a blade or a scissors. No, you don't need it. You just need your inner finger to cut it. And even with the female condom, they did so well by giving you an arrow where you could cut. And then they went ahead to even show you how the steps to which you can fix it on.
The male condom does not have, but the female condom has.
The female condom has, because of how the process you have to go through in wearing them. And they know that we females are delicate. We normally don't like our own things. And so they try to put out the steps so you know what and what to expect, how it feels, how it is in the rubber, how you are going to go about it. So if one have to wear the female condom, you have to lie flat at your back, or you put your leg on the bed, or you squat.
So you can sit like this and then take one leg and
put it on the bed, yeah, or you lie flat at your back, or you squat. You do those gestures because it will help you get access to your vagina. Yeah. And so you cut from where the arrow is, just like I did. Thank God I have my dummy here. This is a female model. So this is how the female condom looks like. And so you first squeeze it into an H shape.
Where the ring is.
Where the inner ring is. Because I told you we have 2 rings, the inner and the outer. Yeah. So you squeeze it into an H shape. Then you insert it. Okay. Then you use your forefinger to push
the rest.
Yeah. So this is how it looks like. And so if the male organ is erected, what you need to do is that you need to guide it because it doesn't have eyes.
It can't see.
It can't see yet. So you, the woman, needs to guide the penis to enter into the condom. Okay. So this is how it goes. After the male has tracked in and out and is done, the male needs to move away from the woman. Okay, you don't need to lie on the woman, but you need to move away. You move away because in case there are driplets of the semen, so that it doesn't enter the vagina or the vaginal fluids doesn't sweep it away. So you have to move away, and then the lady will roll it nicely and then take it out, wrap it nicely. Let me take this as my tissue. Wrap it nicely in a tissue and then put it in a bin.
Okay. And not the
The
water
WC.
closet. Okay.
Yeah, not the WC. Not the WC because sometimes it can choke in the WC and can cause a lot of harm. And so you're not supposed to put it in the WC, but rather wrap it nicely and then you put it in the dustbin. You can just make sure it goes under the dustbin so no child will pick it up and probably blow it whilst there is semen in it. Yeah.
So how does it aid in orgasm?
So
Or how
what
does
it once it enters the vagina, it clicks to your cervix.
because of the inner ring.
The inner ring clicks to it, and so
Okay.
whilst the penetration is going on, it aids in orgasm because the ring is there, and so it does its own thing, and then you are able to reach your orgasm.
Is there a way or is there a reason why wearing the latex or the condom um, rather prolongs ejaculation?
Oh, I wouldn't say so. I always say that it depends on the person, and it's an act.
Okay.
Sex is an act, and also your mindset that you are using to do the sex. Yeah, and some people might be having sex, but their minds are not on you.
They are wondering.
Their minds are far away from you.
Okay.
Either they are not enjoying the act,
Okay.
or they don't just want you to have sex with them, or they just want you to finish and then go because you are not good, or probably you are not making them feel satisfied. You get it?
But are you saying that the skin to skin contact rather pushes
Not
us to
really,
ejaculation?
not really. But what I mean to say is that if the person is good at what he is doing, the lady would feel it and would like to flow with the movement or flow with the feeling. But whilst the lady doesn't feel that flow, the lady might go off. And so definitely, if their minds are not going contrary or are not going together, definitely it will keep long because the man will start wondering, because sometimes it will even show on the lady's face. And so the man will be wondering, is it okay? Are you okay? Are you enjoying it? Do you like it? And all those things can delay the sexual intercourse. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, you've also told us this, but what if we are having a skin to skin contact type of sex?
Yeah.
How does it go? Like, I mean, in terms of reaching orgasm, in terms of getting satisfied.
So all depends on the individual.
Okay.
All depends on the individual. Some will just reach orgasm during foreplay. Some would also reach orgasm during penetration. Some will reach orgasm after even the man has released the semen, before they would feel like I'm now want to reach my orgasm, which the male have to help because we all vary. Some ladies doesn't get the orgasm very early. They get it latter part of it. So you should know your woman and know what she wants, and then based on that you are able to satisfy her.
Are there other things that we can do to get our orgasms? You indicated earlier that not all women have even gotten orgasm before. So what are some of the things that as individuals, as women, as partners, both male and female, we can do to aid our partners in getting orgasm?
I would say that you start with your foreplay. Your foreplay should be good.
Okay.
If your foreplay is good, the rest you'll be able to, yeah, it will flow like that. But some don't even know how to do the foreplay. But it's always advisable that if you are with your partner and your partner is not good at it and you know it, kindly teach him or her. And it's
we don't want a situation where people would think or call you names like you're a sports person.
that is what we always think, and then these are some of the things that even spoils marriages. Because at the end of the day, you the woman, you are good at something. You started from somewhere. Probably your man is not the first person you met. You might be having sex already with someone before you met your partner, and probably the one you met was good. It's different if you're a virgin. If you're a virgin and the man is a virgin, you all don't know anything, and so you start.
So you learn.
Thank you. And then you enjoy whatever comes in.
with it.
But once you are a sexually active person and you've already had sex somewhere before meeting your guy, there are things that probably the first person was doing to you that this current one is not doing.
It's not doing.
And so you just teach the person. It doesn't mean you're sports. No, it means you want to be satisfied, because at the end of the day, if you're also not satisfied, you end up cheating on your guy, because you go out, look for the one who can make you happy, who can satisfy you, and then it brings mistrust, and then you cheat, which I don't think that is the way to go. So for me, I'll say that if you want to have sex and enjoy your sex, and you feel you are good at sex, why don't you teach your partner so that he can help you reach your orgasm? He can help you satisfy yourself. You don't one person gets to satisfy herself, the other doesn't satisfy. No, it shouldn't be so. You should all enjoy. You should all be at the same level. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, does the size really matter? I mean, in terms of sex, both the penis and then the vagina, does it really matter?
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. The normal size of a penis is supposed to be 6 inches. Okay.
So which one
So-
here is 6 inches?
This is far longer than this.
Okay.
I think it will be like this before it can be the 6. So this is even smaller
Okay.
than the 6 inches. Yes. But as we said, we all have different sizes. The male has different sizes. The female also have different sizes and different shapes. And so it doesn't really matter the size or the shape. For me, I always say that once the woman is able to accommodate the penis, then that is it. If a woman feels that, oh, probably my man's penis is too small and needs to be a little bigger, I don't really think it has to do with the size. It
But
has
can
to
something
do
be
with
done about it if it's smaller?
scientifically, I don't know about that, even though there are things that people do to increase the size and do all sorts of things, which I don't even know whether it has some side effects. Yes, yes. So I can't speak to that effect, but what I know is that it doesn't really matter the size. Once the woman is satisfied with you or the man knows how to use what he has, I think you should be okay with it. Because if he has a normal size and he's able to satisfy you, why do you want him to have a bigger one? Some have big and they are not even able to use it. Some have
Can't
small.
handle it.
Thank you. They have small and they are able to use it and use it well for the woman to benefit and enjoy the sexual intercourse.
Now we've said a lot about the women.
Yeah.
Can you teach us this, the male condom?
Okay. So with the male condom, most males already use it. It has a zigzag edge. It also has an expiring date, and every condom have a lifespan of 5 years.
Yes. Okay.
So it means that if you have a condom and you don't have the expiring dates whilst you have the manufacturing date, you can easily calculate and then you'll be able to know.
So if the manufacturing date is 2021,
Yeah, so you
that
know
by
2026, yeah, it
so by
should
the
expire.
latter part of 2025, you should
That is it. You
know
should
that,
know
it
that it
should-
is getting to the expiring and then you
expiring.
change it.
Okay.
Yes. So with it also, it is also very, very lubricated, and you don't tear with your teeth or your or scissors or blade. As I said, you just have to push it to the side, and then you tear with your inner finger, just like you did for the female. Yes. And with the male condom, it has a positive and a negative side. Most of the time, most males don't know. So probably after they've done the foreplay and then has some pre-ejaculation fluid on the penis and doesn't know, so he was trying to look for the right and the left, does those things, and then probably ends up seeing the right place because he was turning the condoms in various shapes. Some of the fluid might be on the condom.
Okay.
And most of the time, because they don't know how to wear the condom, they just pull everything down and then penetrate. Even with that, the lady can be pregnant or can be infected with an STI. Okay. So the best thing you have to do is that you have to watch well and know the right side. Now I have put in the right side on, and you have to hold the tip of the
Okay.
condom before you pull it down gently whilst the penis is erected. Okay. And we leave this space here so that the semen will sit there during the sexual intercourse. Okay. And so after you've done that and the semen is there, you still move away from the woman when you want to remove the condom from the penis. Yeah. Because by then it's no longer erected, it is sleeping. And so you should be able to move away and then you take it off. Wrap it nicely in a tissue.
You see, with a female condom,
Yeah.
we are able to turn or to tie it up a
Right,
bit.
yeah.
But with a male condom, how do we see to it that it doesn't spill off?
So as I said, with a male condom, by then it is no longer erected.
Yeah.
It is now flat. Good. So you'll be able to remove it easily. And then because you've already left this place to for the semen to deposit, there is no way it will pour.
Okay.
So it will be there. Whilst if you move away from the lady will not be able to have any issue by a spillage or anything. And then you remove it nicely, and then you put it in a tissue. As you can see, because this is a wood, it is a bit difficult, but and it's still erected too because it's wood. Yes, but if it is a normal or the human one, it would have been easier. And so you just hold it like some even tie it and then put it in the tissue and then throw it into the dustbin. Yeah. So that's what most of the time we do. Yeah.
So even after you have wore the condom, you still need to get the lady wet.
Yes. You still.
I'm saying this because it's a bit lubricated.
Yes,
so
it's lubricated, but that doesn't mean that the lady shouldn't be wet before you penetrate. At least a little foreplay would help that, and then you can penetrate easily, and then the lady would enjoy herself, and you also enjoy yourself. So those that say that when you wear a condom you can't enjoy sex, I say it's a lie. You can enjoy sex whilst in condoms, if only you know how to play the game. Yeah.
Now let's go to the, let's say, the tea, copper tea, or the rest of it. I don't know how it's going to aid us, because one, people say that when their partners have the IUD or the implant, they find it difficult having sex with them because they feel that they are going to push the copper tea back somewhere.
Okay.
I don't know why they feel that way.
Okay, so with the copper tea, it lies safely in the uterus. Okay, so this is how the copper T is, and you could see that it is in the uterus. Okay, it's blocking the tubes because it has a T. So the T goes through the fallopian tubes just to block the way.
So just because the fallopian tube has a T
It has a T shape,
just one blocks
the tubes there, and it doesn't mean that if it is there and the male wants to penetrate the woman, it will either push it or it will cause any harm to it, because the penis is not that long to go into the womb. It's in the uterus.
What if you have a longer one like this? What happens?
With a longer penis, sometimes they go through a session where they put a ring on the penis to give it the actual length that they are supposed to have to penetrate a woman. So they don't let you have this long thing and everything going into the woman. No, you might hurt her. You might even push the womb aside. And so they put a ring on it just to gauge where, when you are erected, it will reach, so that you don't hurt your partner. And so the same way, there is no way your penis can go far to where the IUD is. Yes. So it ends around the cervix of the vagina, but doesn't go to the womb. Yeah. And so this is where it lies. And so there is no way there will be any shake, or there will be any how do you call it, feelings, or you say that you felt it, you feel it has moved, you are afraid of it. No, it doesn't cause anything. As it lies there, nothing happens to it. After sexual intercourse, you are okay. If you want to take it off when the time is up, you take it off, and you can wear it for up to 10 years, and you are cool. You even some women wear it and even forget they even have an IUD on. Later they are like, I think I've gone to do an IUD. Please, can you check it for me? I'm not too sure, because it's so comfortable.
So it's only a scan that can tell if these
Yes, scan can also tell that you have it on, and whether it is even placed well. You can use a scan to check it, and so it is very, very comfortable. Yes, it is one method that I always say that all women can be on and feel free and have their lives. Yes, with the exception that if you are someone who doesn't have a multiple partner, you are good to go. But if you have a multiple partner, I would advise not to, because IUD is a type that doesn't like death. It's a type that doesn't like women with multiple sex partners, because if you pick any infection, you will not feel comfortable in an IUD. It means you have to remove it or take it out.
So what if I take this IUD today, and the IUD lasts for 10 years, you indicated.
Yeah.
So if I have an IUD today, and in the next 2 years I am with just one sex partner, I mean, he's my partner for the next 2 years. Then along the line we break off. Then I get new partner. What happens to the IUD?
So the IUD is there. All you need to do is that you make sure your partner checks himself. You know his health status, and you already know your health status, because if you've been on IUD for 2 years and with one partner and you don't have any problems with it, then probably this new person comes. You don't check the status, and then you start having sex with him, and then you realize that you are having some itches or some smells. Then you should know that you might have picked the infection from him, which means you have to take off the IUD, and then all of you needs to be screened and treated. Because if you treat yourself and he doesn't treat himself, he will reinfect you. So what you need to do is that all the two of you need to go for treatment. So that is why it is best, whenever any partner has an STI, it is best you come along with your partner for both of you to be treated, so that all of you will be on the same space. If not, because you've already had sexual intercourse, you are infected, you've already had sexual intercourse with your partner, you would as well infect your partner, and then your partner will also reinfect you, even though you are on medication. Yeah.
Interesting. Now we know the preaching of stay away from sex, stay away from sex, stay away from sex. Yet most of the youth find it difficult to do that. Now that is the reason why most of these contraceptives are there for us to help us, and to also break the chain of abortion. So there's some sort of anti-abortion stuff.
Yeah.
So with the IUD, if a young lady today wants to protect herself from getting pregnant, which one would be the most appropriate? Or better still, can you walk us through the rest so that we know the ones that will be appropriate for us?
Okay. So apart from the IUD, we also have the implant.
Okay.
Yeah. With the implants, we have two types. You have the 5 years and then the 3 years. This is the 3 years. It doesn't mean we are putting this whole thing under the arm. It is just a device that the implant is in. And so this is how it is, so that when the service provider takes it out, it becomes very hygienic for her to use. And so with the implant, it is put underneath the arm. And normally they put it under the arm that is less busy. Let's take it that the left hand for most of us that are righties. Those who are lefties, they put it on the right for them. Yeah. And so it's 2 strokes, and it's also very flexible. It's also very, very flexible. It's rubber, sort of. And so they make the place lump, cut it small, and then they use a tool to fix it for you. So it's either they fix the 2 for you or they fix the 3 years. And with
so the 1 is for 3 years and then the 2
is
for
5 years. Okay. Yes. So they either fix the 3 years for you or the 5 years for you. And it also has its own side effects. As I said, it is not 100%. Okay. Some put it on, they get their menses. Some put it on, they don't get their menses. Some put it on, they become fat. Some don't put it on and they are not fat, because it has to do with hormones. It has hormones in it, just like the injectables. They also have hormones in them. And so with the injectables, so we have the 1 month, and then we also have the 3 months injectable, which means that with the 1 month, every 1 month you need to go and get your shots. With the 3 months, every 3 months you need to go to get your shots. So that is how the injectables
so with
also
this one,
work.
if you have sex today after taking this, what happens to your system?
So I can take, let's take it that I've taken the injections today. I can decide to have sex, but not right after. I need to give myself some time. Let's take it that I took the shots in the morning. In the evening, I can have sex.
But not in the afternoon.
But not in the afternoon. At least wait.
What is the reason?
I would say that, not that it is not safe, because you've just injected the product into your system, and now your system is getting used to it. Okay. So sometimes some people would say, but I was on a family planning method, how come I'm pregnant? It could be some of these factors. Some would just come and take the shots. Right after the shot, they just go and have sex. Then they might get pregnant. Or some would even default. They default. How do they default? Some, it is time for you to go for the next shot, they wouldn't go. Some forget that they have to even go for a next shot, even though they've been given the date and time. Some also leave their cards in the clinics, and so they are not able to track the time they are supposed to go and have their next shot, because probably they don't want their family members or their partner to know they
See
are
what they
on
have.
a family planning method, and so they default, and then when they default, they become pregnant. Then now the service provider has a problem. What is the issue? You didn't tell me that I can become pregnant once I default. Meanwhile, it was said during the counseling, and then, but most times they don't listen. So that is what happens.
So how do we see or know that this particular product or this particular one is going to work for me?
So most of the time, we are all different. Everybody and their system and how it works. So unless you are placed on a method, you will not be able to know.
Okay.
But normally, when you come to the facility, they take you through all the products. Make sure you know the disadvantages and advantages of each product, and then they tell you how the symptoms will be for each of them. It is up to you to say that, okay, based on the conversation we've had, based on my family history and the things that you've told me, I rather prefer being on this one. And once you are on it and you don't feel comfortable, you have to come back to the service provider. So
Comfortable
that
in what sense?
um,
What aspect?
I would say that probably I've taken the Depo Provera, and it happens that since the day I put the Depo, I injected the Depo, I've been bleeding for like a week continuously. Then you have to go back to the service provider and let her know
But this
that this is
depot
a.
has been injected into your system. How do we get it out?
So they wouldn't get it out, but
Okay.
they have a means to help you regulate the menstrual cycle or regulate the bleeding to stop. Okay. So they will take you through a process. That is why I'm saying that if you don't feel comfortable about it, you go back. Let them know that this is what you are facing. If it is something normal with the product, they would let you know that, oh, yes, it is normal. You go. If it probably in a week's time or in the next 2 weeks, if you are still experiencing the same thing, then you can come back and then we sort it out for you. And so it happens, yes, some bleed for a while, but whenever they visit the centers back or the facilities, they are being taken care of, and then this helps.
Okay.
Then we also have the pills. With the pills, we have the almighty emergency contraceptive pill that most of the time we abuse a lot. Why am I saying we abuse? We abuse because we are supposed to take it for emergency purposes. But most of the time we don't take it for that purpose. People use it as their daily pill, as and when they go and have sexual intercourse with their partner, unprotected as well. They just rush back and then they take it. I would say that instead of using the emergency as your daily pill, why don't you just get your daily pills? You take it every day, and then as and when you know that you are going to have fun with your lover, you are still safe because you've taken your drugs, and so you know you'll not get pregnant. Unless, yes, you forget to take it, then you can get pregnant.
So in a whole year, how often can I take the emergency contraceptive pill?
In a whole year, it is advisable you take it twice a year.
Okay.
Yes.
What is the reason?
We are still debating with it though, but most of the time we were saying that when you look at the component that is used to make the emergency contraceptive pill and you look at the component that is used to make the daily pills, one of these pills contains three sachets of this. So what it means is that all this is this.
Wow.
Which we are still debating and saying, then why?
How many pills do we have in one strip?
So one strip is 28.
Okay. Okay. 28, right?
28.
So 28. 28 times
So this is
three.
for 3 months.
Okay.
This pills is for 3 months.
Equals one
One,
tablet.
yes,
Okay.
that is why it
Please
is an
let it go. Oh,
yeah.
pick it up.
So that is why it is an emergency contraceptive
Wow.
pill.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Yes.
that's the reason why you're debating on
So that is
whether or
why
not
we are
should.
debating on it whether we should be taking the emergency more often or we should just stick to the twice a year.
Is there a side effect if I'm supposed to take more than twice in a year?
Yes, there are side effects. It can even affect your fertility. When you are ready to give birth, it can affect it. It can distort your cycle at a point. Yes, because it has gotten into your system and it is more in your system. And so most of the time, we advise that our young folks they should limit how they take the emergency contraceptive pill, which would help all of us. Because if you are taking the emergency contraceptive, some take it in a day, some can take like 5.
This one?
Yes.
Wow.
Especially if they have multiple partners. So she goes here. After that, probably the partner is scared. Oh, I released into you, so please get the emergency or go and buy emergency contraceptive so you don't get pregnant. She'll take the money and then go and buy it, take it, go to another place like that. Some even take it thrice a day or thrice in a week, which is too much. Just calculate it and look at a month or a year. If you are someone who usually have sex on a daily basis, what are you doing to your system? It can affect your system. And then one day you tell an old lady sitting somewhere that she is the cause of you
problem.
not giving birth. Meanwhile, you are the cause of it because of what you do. And so with the daily pills, as I said, we have the one that has the brown one, and then the brown one has to do with iron tablets. These are iron tablets that you take. And so in taking the pills, there is a directional arrow that helps you in how you should take it. And so it guides you how you should take it. And then you take it consistently and then daily. Every day you take it.
If I forget, I mean, some of us that are waking up at very early times, like 3:34, need to get to work at a particular time.
Yeah.
What if I forget and I skip it the whole day?
Yes. So if you
And then
skip it there,
it's just night time around this time. What happened?
oh, once you skip and then you remember, you can just take the one that
Even
you
even
forgotten.
when I have not had sex that day.
Yes, you can just take it because it works in a cycle.
Okay.
Yes. And so once you take it, it will follow up and then continue working. But if you skip it, let's take it that you skip it for like a week or 2, and probably you've gone to have unprotected sex, the likelihood that it might not protect you and you might
What's
get
the
pregnant.
percentage?
I would say 80-20.
80/20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because probably by that week, the ones that you've already taken has finished in the system. And so you might get pregnant.
Is there a way that this particular one is going to affect our sexual life? I mean,
No.
in terms of giving us low libido or something.
It doesn't do anything to your libido. It doesn't affect it at all. All it does is you are just protecting yourself against the pregnancy. And it's hormonal. That's all. It doesn't do anything to you. You are comfortable. You can have your orgasm. You can have your libido. Whatever. In fact, you are good to go. Yes.
Okay. I can also see another type
Yes, so
that does not have the brown.
yes. So with this one, we give it to lactating mothers. Okay.
Okay.
Because we have some lactating mothers who also want to be on a family planning method, but probably don't want to be on injectable, neither want to be on an IUD or an implant. And so they just want the pill for the time being to be on it. And so this one doesn't have the iron tablets. That's the only difference. And then you can also take it just like how we take the uh, ordinary pills or the oral contraceptive pill.
Okay.
The same way, the arrow and then the timing and everything. And she can take it and still breastfeed her child, and then they are good to go. Yeah.
Nothing is going to happen.
Nothing at all. You feel so comfortable in taking the pills. Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you very much. But as at now, I think that our phone lines are activated. When you call, please do want to lower the volume of your TV set. And I'm here to tell you today is the first day of October, and Sonotech is telling us to go in to walk into any of their branches, or to West Hills or Legon, and get a free breast screening. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So walk into any of their offices today, get your breast screened, and if you have any of the complications or any of what they are screening you for, they would have a plan for you to get yourself a better health plan for that breast cancer or whatever. Don't be scared, because breast cancer is actually real. It's very, very, very real. So it's a pink month. Let's do well to get ourselves screened. Let's do well to get ourselves what we need. Once in a year, it's a whole year. So next year, October, you're going to go for the second one, and it goes on and on and on. So don't wait. This is 1st of October. By the 31st of October, please, 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 please get yourself screened before that last day. My phone lines are activated. If you have any messages also, send them in. But I would like to go for a quick turn. When I come back, we'll continue shortly. Stay with us.
God bless the day I found you. I want to stay around you, and so I beg you, let it be me.
Hello everyone, my name is Amalindate, a proud ambassador for Sonotech's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's hashtag Pinktober, hashtag Sonotech Goes Pink. Now from the 1st October to the 31st October 2021, at any of the 3 branches of Sonotech, Tema, Osu and West Hills Malls, we are gathering together to get free screening. Yes, I said it's free. And that's not all we have for you. We also have 20% off mammogram testings and 50% off ultrasound. Let's go pink from October the 1st to the 31st, 2021 at Osu, Tema, and West Hills Mall, all Sonotech branches. We are giving hope to save a life. See you there.
God bless the day I found you. I want to stay around you, and so I beg you.
Welcome back. Thanks so much for staying with us throughout, and thanks so much for having us in your homes tonight. My name is Nafa Alikwaku. This is Reigns of Love. The phone lines are activated. When you call, please do want to lower the volume of your TV set. It's 1st October today. If you're celebrating your birthday today, happy birthday to you and God bless you. To Joan Hansen, happy birthday to you. God bless you. Thanks so much for opening up October for us, and we'll do well to follow suit like that. So there are some myths surrounding contraceptives.
Yeah.
Tell us how to overcome it and how to embrace this, because I think it's a good thing for us to be on a particular plan at a particular time. And tell us if we can be able to change a particular plan after a period of time.
Okay, so once you are on the family planning method, you can be able to change.
Okay.
Okay, you're not supposed to be on one method for a long period of time. So once you are on it for some time, the service provider who provides you the service can advise
Okay.
so that you would be on a different method. But in case you change the method and then probably it doesn't go well with you, you can just go back to your previous method and be on. So normally it is good for you to change to see which one will work for you
Okay.
better.
Antoinette, we have a caller.
Yeah.
Kindly hold on. Hi, good evening, Samuel. Hello. Yes,
Hello.
good evening. How are you doing?
Majote.
It's to say,
Majote.
Pacho, it's to say,
Bachoba kwa mama.
Pacho you.
Bacho.
Ni nkasa wai. Okay. Pacho bet mi akasa.
Aha. Msim bacho. Wante kile na moya na yemese. Wabe mani kwa class se mo check family planning. Mo family planning program na moya na so mo kan English. Ese mese. Na bia ai anse ai ukinyi ai bia picture bi no mo dia so na mo check se bia sia na sisi.
Okay. Pacho you. Yeah, that's it.
Majote.
Yeah, that's it.
Program there number so wawari.
Hey. Mr. Producer, over to you. Interesting. So if you are looking forward to getting the true version of it, please do also go to Facebook page on Adoatv, and when you get there, you can get the true version of it. The true version went on this morning, around 10:30, and then ended at 11:30. And the GA version also went on yesterday around the same time, so you can get the GA, can get the tree, and today is the English version of it. So do also go back and then watch it for us. But you were saying something concerning
Yeah.
the myths surrounding it.
So as I was saying, I was talking about the mixed method, which you can mix it up whenever you have been on a method for a long time. So the service provider would advise you to be on another method, which if you are on it and probably you are not feeling so comfortable, you can just go back to the previous one that you are.
Antoinette, kindly
Okay.
hold on. Hi, good evening, Jan. Thanks so much for joining us. Hello. 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 Oh, please do also call us again. So you were
Okay.
saying?
So as I was saying, so you can shift it and then you are good to go.
Yeah, good to go.
So some of the myths and misconceptions that people sometimes talk about the family plan, which are untrue.
Okay.
How can you say that you've been on an IUD and then it went into the heart? Just look at this small thing.
Surprising.
Seriously, this
Yeah.
small thing. How can it leave the
Hold on.
womb? Okay, how can it leave the womb and then all the way to the heart? It's rather unfortunate, and I really don't get it when people say that.
Interesting.
Okay,
Hold
yeah.
on to that. Hi, good evening, Samuel. Thanks so much for joining us. Yeah, where are you calling from, please?
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Where are you calling from?
Kofoidia.
Florida. Thanks so much for joining us. Can you
Yeah,
speak to us?
please. I wanted to ask.
Okay.
I wanted to ask. You see, the tablet that contains only one, and maybe you give it to a lady after having sex with her. How many years, how many weeks will it take before, like maybe I give it to a lady maybe this night, and maybe like 3 days before I have sex with her, can she be pregnant? That's what I want to ask.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So I think that this has nothing to do with the morning after pill.
No, she's
It's
talking
all
about the
okay.
emergency contraceptive pill.
You
And
take it 3 days before the time.
yes, so you
Wow.
are supposed to take it 72 hours.
After sex.
Yes.
Yeah. Not
So
before.
not before, after sex, 72 hours
But is there something
after
like
sex.
before sex thing that we can take?
No, we don't have those ones. There
Okay.
were first we had spermicide that the woman will insect into the vagina before the sexual intercourse so
Okay.
that it will kill the sperm before it even gets to the
Okay.
egg and then yes, but now we don't have those spermicides there. And what we have had to do with the emergency contraceptive pills, which
Ah.
you have to take 72
I
hours
was
before sex.
after
Sex. So
All
if you
right.
take it before, it wouldn't work
It
for
wouldn't
its
work.
purpose. Yes. So and the lady will
Interesting.
get pregnant.
Thank you very much. Hello, good evening, Asamoah. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
How are you?
I'm fine. Can't complain.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm living with my wife. We are all schooling. We have 4 kids.
Okay.
I just want to introduce the family plan, but she insisted. So, being a mom, is it a way I can also protect myself to avoid a pregnancy? That's what I just wanted to ask.
All right. Thank you very much. We do want to answer that. So, Antoinette, on Thursday, we were discussing something. We were talking about the vasectomy, and then that's a permanent way of
Yes.
doing it. So, can you talk to us about
So
it?
yes, the male, unfortunately, they only have one method, which is the vasectomy, whilst the female have all these methods, including the tubal ligation. The tubal ligation simply is also the permanent method for the females.
Okay.
That is, if the female doesn't want to give birth again, she can be on the tubal ligation. So just like our brother asked, yes, he can be on a vasectomy, which when he is on it, it doesn't mean he's no longer a man. He will still erect, just that he cannot impregnate the wife. As now he's saying he's schooling, the wife is also schooling. But sometimes with a vasectomy, because it has to do with permanent method, you have to psych yourself very well and know that this is what I want to go in for.
So no surgery can correct it.
No, please. It is permanent.
Wow.
Permanent, which means
so I'm not going to give
forever
birth
and
again.
ever. Yes.
Yeah, guy. That's what
That
it
is
means.
it. So
Okay.
you have to really, in taking that bold step, in taking that decision, then you really know what you want to do. I have a friend who recently said he has given birth to 10 children. I'm like, no, with this you need to be on a vasectomy.
10.
10, yes.
Please, can you pull him to be on that? Because 10
because
it's too
he
much.
himself knows that he doesn't want to go again, but he is also not willing to be on the vasectomy. We are still having that chat with him, and I hope one day he will make that mind to be on the vasectomy, because
interesting.
I really wanted him to do that so that all the kids would have that bright future. So I think my brother can also take that bold step by having the vasectomy.
Hi, good evening, Samuel.
Hey, good evening.
Daniel, sorry.
Yes, my name is Daniel.
Okay, Daniel. Thanks so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Please, the other line, the last number 44 is not working, so you have to change that one.
Oh, it's actually working. It's actually working.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me go straight to my point.
Okay.
I want to ask about the depot method.
The what?
How long does it take? The depot. The injected one. Yeah. The one.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. I want to ask how long does it take in your system when you injected it?
Okay.
And if you want to quit using it, how long will it take before you can
stop?
Okay.
All right.
I want your guest to answer that one for me.
Okay, we do want to answer that.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So the depot is a 3 months, whilst the original is the 1 month injectable. So with the 3 months injectable, when you inject it, it lasts in the system for 3 months. So after 3 months, its strength or tendency has come down.
Okay.
And so you have to either you re-inject it, or if you don't want to have it again, you just stop it, and then the pregnancy would come. But as I said, it varies from woman to woman. There are some women, as soon as they stop the family planning today, and she has unprotected sex,
that's it.
She would get it. Yes. Boom. There are some who have to wait for a week before the whole medicine gets out of the system. Before some a month. Some would have to be on other medications to support her to be able to get pregnant. Yeah. Okay. So as you were talking, some of the myths and misconceptions, I started with the IUD, where people are saying IUD will be in the heart, it will be in the liver, which is not true. Just look at this small thing. How can it be in the heart? And then we also have people who say that I was on family planning method and so I had fibroid. It is never true. Family planning doesn't give fibroid in any way. Okay. Probably you have your fibroid already, but you didn't even know. Because sometimes you refuse to check these things, just like how you are creating awareness for breast screening. There are people who don't even know how the breast feels.
Yeah.
Okay? The same way some people don't even take it into mind to even go and do cervical screening, to even know how the cervix is. Yes. Do you get it? Or even try to go and just say, today I want you to do a pelvic scan for me. I want to see how my pelvic is. I want to see which one is very strong, which one is not strong, which of my ovaries are working well, which ones are. We don't check all these things.
Some of us don't even know where the monthly egg flows
from. That is it.
Some people are not really smart to say that this month it came from here, last month it came from there.
Or I'm even ovulating, how the ovulating looks like, or how it feels like.
Kindly hold on for me. Hi, good evening, Abraham. Thanks so much for joining us. Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling from Adoatv.
Okay, kindly go ahead.
Yes, my girlfriend usually take the pill. And then,
Which one?
Is
it the one daily?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, the one daily. Yeah.
The one daily. Okay.
Yes. But what we experience is that the menses normally come twice in a month.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I want to know what is the cause. Is it a pill or Formally, the menses normally come once, but as soon as she started taking the pill, the menses come twice in a month.
Okay. All right. We do want to answer that.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. You're welcome.
Okay, so as you were saying, I mentioned that with the pill is hormonal. And so once it is hormonal, it is working in your blood. And so it determines how the hormones should go. So that is why sometimes when you are on it, you might menstruate twice in a month. But if you are over menstruating, let's take it that within a month you bleed the whole month, then you need to check it. But
that's a problem.
Yes, but twice in a month, I don't think
it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So good evening. I'm Becky from Volta. I removed my injection. Okay. So I think that she's saying that she maybe it's the Jadel or something.
Or implant, yeah.
No, in the implant.
Yeah.
And took another one, and since then I have been flowing till today, and it's almost a month. Am I safe?
Yeah. So as I said, with the Jadel, you can have prolonged bleeding, but it also means you have to still go back to your service provider, complain to them, let them check you. If they say that you are fine, then you are fine. But if they say that no, they have to check it. You don't have to bleed for a whole month. They have to do something, because as you bleed, you also tend to lose the blood, and you become anemic, which is not good for you, because you might not know where you would fall or where something would happen to you. So I would advise her to try and go back to the facility so they will check it for her. It can be corrected. You can be helped. Yes.
Right.
So she should.
Thank you very much. So if you know you cannot call, or you are just feeling shy to say, please just send us a text on WhatsApp 0509257753, and we'll do well to read them out to you. Hi Mary, good evening to you.
This is Bacho.
Bacho you, young Koso.
This is Bacho. My family planning will be 3 months there. Now, me and my menses that. Don't be a yare. Me so blue. To say me here me basa me. Say no nama. Me yala na say me den. Kisi me huni me.
How long have you taken the injection? Dabe na ko Dabe.
Yeah.
Me pachaka 1 month na 3 months no. Next month na 3 months.
Why won't him fear him? They be every 3 months be our war.
That feel my house. I'm a member 1 year 8 months.
Okay. And I was here. Bampacho, who boy and what's uncle catch said the air wuni. Intimestro. Kona wuni omunko bonko mo say, wo boy no dear woonya ninsansoa, woonya womunie. Enti wo kwa catch mo a omu no mbechire de obeye, but menjin di say enu na ma wo yare no, but just say so that you are sure say na be ya obehu say family planning na say enye enu. Nti mesra wo say baby omo ye ma wo no bomodi akọ na oni omu nkobo sankita ho no nkomo no ombechire wo de obeye ombechire de ombeye a ebeboa. Why? Yo, yeah, that's so free.
That's a pa. All right, bye. Interesting. So this has nothing to do with it.
No, it has nothing to do with it. But as I said, we are all different, and so we react to the family planning method differently. Yeah, some will take it, nothing will happen to them. Some will take it, they will just not have their menses. With the 3 months like this, that one, when you are on it, you might not have your menses. You might not. So as I said, it depends on the person.
Lot or out of 100, you can get only 2% of people getting their menses.
That is it. Yes, it. So it's normal when you don't have it. But as I said, some feel that because I'm not having the menses, then the blood is piling up somewhere, it's clotting somewhere. It will come out as a fibroid. It will give me fibroid. It will make me anemic and all those things. All those things are misconceptions. They are never true. But you need to still check yourself. As I said, once in a while, as a woman, you have to do a thorough check of your body. It's really important. But most of the time, because we are busy, that we are chasing money, we are chasing one thing or the other, we even forget that we have things to check. Yeah, which are sometimes really important to our health. Yeah.
Okay. So I would want to ask this kind of question. Okay, before I ask this question, I have a caller. Hi, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Pacho Kasafri.
Ushim.
Hello.
Ushim.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Ushim.
Mr. Producer, please tell him to lower the volume of his TV set. His TV set, please. We can get feedback. So I wanted to ask this: if we are not having our menses, what happens to our system? Where does the blood go to?
I would say that there is nothing much that is scary happening to your system. It's just
Okay.
that probably because of the family planning, it is helping it, and then it is not allowing you to have your flow.
But you're going
Because
to ovulate.
yes, you ovulate.
Okay.
Your ovulation, you feel the ovulation and everything, just that you are not able to menstruate. And it also doesn't mean that there is a, how do you call it, a blood clot somewhere, as I
No,
indicated. There is nothing
nothing
like
like
that.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ojaba, good evening. Thanks so much for joining us again.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
But, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
When you have sex with a girl, and
Hello, please feel free and speak to us, okay?
The line dropped.
Your line has dropped too, so do want to call us again. Okay. So I also know of one of these things. Is it the cup? It's not. I don't
Yeah,
really
so the
know if it's
diaphragm,
in the
yes,
diaphragm.
which is not here as we speak.
Do we use it in Ghana?
Oh no,
Okay.
yes, I think it was part of the first contraceptives that came out with the spermicides and those things, but it's unfortunate we no longer have them again in Ghana. Even the patch, we don't have. The patch is just like a sticker that you can just peel and then you stick it to your body, which also works as a form of family planning method. We don't have it here in Ghana. Yeah, so we have them, yes, but they are not here in Ghana.
Okay. So this one says, "Hi, good evening. My name is Ebenezer from Aguna Mampong. I want to know the daily pill that contains iron. I want to know the name. I don't think the name is appropriate. It
It's,
comes with a
it's,
brand.
it's, it's oral contraceptive pill. So when you go to the pharmacy, you can just tell them you want an oral contraceptive pill. They have different brands. So when you get there, you can just tell them you want an oral contraceptive pill. And then they would give you the ones that they have. They have different types. I won't just mention names, but when you get to the pharmacy, they have different brands. They have the secure, they have a lot.
A
Just
lot.
go and then you
You
get
just choose what you
that
want.
is based on your money that you have, your pocket. Yeah. And then you
Okay, so
get
it varies also
from the prices, yes,
Okay.
based on the brand and its price and
Okay.
everything, yes. But when you visit the facility of PPAGs, it's quite substantial because as PPAG is an NGO, and so you can get it at a subsidized rate.
Okay, so is it does the same thing applies to the condom? You're going to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah, yeah,
subsidized rate.
yeah, yes. With the condoms, you get it as the prices I mentioned had to do with PPAG's prices, like the 20 pesos, the 10 pesos for the 3 strips. That has to do with PPAG's prices. The condoms, when you get to the pharmacy, ranges from 1 CD, 2 CD, 3 CD, 4 CD, 5, depending on your pocket, what you want to buy. We even have 10 CD. Some say they buy condoms for 50 CDs. They buy condoms for 200 cities. It depends
Oh
on your
God.
pockets, yes,
Hi, good
and what you
evening.
want.
Ima, thanks so much for joining us.
Okay, thank you too. I'm calling from Takrade and I have a girlfriend
Okay.
and she has not given birth before. And my question is it advisable for her to do the family planning?
Okay. So
That's
can I
my
ask
question.
can I ask you this? Are you sexually active?
Pardon?
Are you sexually active?
Yeah,
Okay.
very much.
All right. Thank you very much. We do also want to answer your question.
So I
Turn it
would
to you.
say that if you are sexually active and you feel you don't really use any of the protections, you don't use a condom, then she can be on any of the family planning method, the one that would be good to her when she goes through the counseling and everything is checked, and then they can let her be on any of the method which would help her so she doesn't become pregnant, or pick up any infection. But I would say that if you are very sexually active, as you said, you can try starting with a condom, which would help, and it has dual protection.
Interesting. Now, before we go, Antoinette, I want you to say just a few words to us,
Okay.
things to encourage us to do family
Okay,
planning.
so what I would say is that whenever you want to do a family planning method and you get to the facility, please and please again, don't say that a friend of mine was on IUD, so this is what I want to be on. Or a friend of mine was on injectable and it was good for her, so this is what I want to be on. Please go in there, ask all your questions, let them help you with all the myths and misconceptions, what you don't understand, whatever they will tell you. Don't just take what they will tell you and say that, okay, I've accepted it, you give me this. No, be convinced. Ask all the questions. Be sure of what you are taking, because the client is always right, and it is important for you to take your health into your hands. So be able to ask all the questions, tell the service provider what you want. When they do it for you and then you feel that there are complications, you are not comfortable with the method, please don't hesitate. Go back to the service provider. Let her know that you don't like the method. This and this and this is what is happening to you. And then they can see how best they can help you. Moreover, to women, please let your health be important to you. Take your health into your own hands and make sure that you would always and every time take good care of yourself. Make sure that you live healthy and stay healthy for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. But can you tell us where we can find the PPAG?
Okay, so the PPAG facilities is across Ghana. We can find it everywhere in every corner. We are in Sogankope, we are in Mape, we are in Ho, we are in Techiman, we are in Tamale, we are in Savulunugu in the northern region. Yes, and then we are even in Parugu also. Accra, we are at Latepi Okoshi, and then we are also in Cape Coast. And so PPAG is spread across the country. Any day, anytime you can visit us. If you also want to contact us, we also have a helpline, which is toll free, so which is called Yenkasa, and it's
And I know that the
0800.
confidentiality is key.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Confidentiality is very key. So it's 0800 20 20 10. 0800 20 20 10. So you can call them and then they can link you up to any of our service providers or service facilities and seek help. Thank you very much.
Thank you too for your time and for your education, a beautiful one at that. Thank you very much, you at home, for also contributing, for being a part of it. Thank you very much for having us in your homes. And to all those who called, to all those who sent messages, and to all those who watched, thank you very much for your time. To my producers and to the technical team, thank you very much, and God bless you for your time. Sonotech is saying that from now to the 31st of October is a free breast screening month or days for you. So any day, anytime, walk into any of Sonotech's branches, Osu, Legon, and now the West Hills Mall. So those of us from Cape Coast, Kaswa, you can just stop by at the West Hills Mall and you can get your breast screened for free. If there is any other thing left, they have a plan for you, and it's just 50% off on any breast ultrasound. So if today you are going for any breast ultrasound, you have 50% off. So let's say it is 100 cedis, you are going to pay 50 cedis, you know it. So please do well to go to any of the branches, get your breast screened for free. And today, if you are home and you've not done this before, just take your hand, any of the hands, put it on top of your head, use your 3 fingers, do this or do this, and make sure that you press this part on the part of the breast, so from top in circular motions down, and then feel if you are getting any lump apart from the other lump that is supposed to be there. If you find any other thing or you feel pain in any part of the breast and you are not ovulating, please do well to go to a nearest health center and they'll get you to get yourself checked, because this breast cancer, if you don't treat it now, it is going to claim you as well. So the earlier we treat it, or the earlier we get screened and see where we lie or see where we stand, the better for all of us. My name is Nafa Alekwaku. Thanks so much to you for watching. We'll come your way same time next week, Friday. Before then, Enjoy the rest of our programs.